How does slope compensation work on golf rangefinders? Imagine standing on a hilly golf course, trying to judge how far your ball will travel. It can be tricky to pick the right club when the terrain isn't flat. That's where slope compensation in golf rangefinders comes into play. This feature adjusts the distance you see based on the slope of the land between you and your target. Instead of just giving you the straight line distance, it calculates the true playing distance by considering whether you're hitting uphill or downhill. The way it works is pretty straightforward. The rangefinder uses built-in sensors to measure the angle of elevation or declination to the target. When you aim at a flag or a specific spot, the device detects if you're shooting uphill or downhill. It then applies a mathematical formula to adjust the distance reading accordingly. For example, if you're hitting uphill, the effective distance is longer than the straight line measurement. Conversely, if you're hitting downhill, the distance is shorter. This adjustment helps you pick the right club and shot power. Without slope compensation, you might think a target is closer or farther than it really is, especially on uneven terrain. This can lead to hitting too long or too short, which affects your score. Many budget golf rangefinders now include this feature because it makes them more useful on varied courses. They often have a toggle switch to turn slope compensation on or off, which is handy for players who want to follow tournament rules. Some advanced models also factor in environmental conditions like temperature, altitude, and even wind. These help refine the distance calculations further. For example, if you're playing at a high altitude, the device can adjust for the thinner air, giving you a more accurate reading. Some rangefinders connect to apps or launch monitors, allowing for personalized club recommendations based on your typical shot distances. Using slope compensation can prevent common mistakes like choosing a longer club for a downhill shot or underestimating an uphill shot. It guides you to select the right club based on the true distance, not just the straight line measurement. This feature is especially helpful when you're trying to improve your accuracy and consistency on courses with lots of elevation changes. In simple terms, slope compensation works by measuring the angle of the slope to the target and adjusting the distance accordingly. This gives you a more realistic idea of how far your ball will travel, helping you make smarter club choices. Whether you're using a budget rangefinder or a high-end model, this feature can make a real difference in your game, especially on hilly courses. Just remember, if you're playing in a tournament, you might need to disable slope compensation, since rules often prohibit its use during official rounds.